The Las Vegas stage has officially closed for the Boston Celtics. The final buzzer sounded on their desert campaign with a hard-fought 103-97 loss to the Orlando Magic. But the final score of a meaningless exhibition game is not what truly matters here. The real story is the intense battle taking place on the absolute margins of the roster. Front offices use these final summer matchups to make million-dollar decisions. The stakes are incredibly high for guys fighting to keep their professional basketball dreams alive. Several prospects made a massive statement during this final showcase. They proved they belong in the organization heading into training camp. The conversation surrounding the final two-way roster spots has completely dominated the discourse. John Tonje is forcing the Boston management team into a very difficult corner. He put an absolute exclamation point on his spectacular summer performance against Orlando. Even with multiple starters sitting out, he stepped up and completely controlled the offensive flow. He poured in 14 points while shooting a highly efficient 6 of 9 from the field. He did not force bad shots or play outside of his comfort zone. His consistency throughout the entire tournament has been nothing short of remarkable. Before Saturday, he averaged 15 points and over 3 rebounds per contest. He also shot nearly 48% from the floor and 46% from deep. Those shooting numbers prove he can be a reliable catch-and-shoot threat at the next level. He has simply been too good to let walk away to a rival team. The coaching staff trusts his decision-making and his perimeter defense. Tonje fits the exact mold of a modern spacing wing. Head coach Joe Mazzulla demands his players shoot the ball with extreme confidence. Tonje never hesitates when the ball swings his way. His defensive footwork is equally impressive on film. He stays low in his stance and navigates through heavy screens without losing his primary assignment. Boston currently finds itself navigating a very tricky financial puzzle. The new luxury tax rules punish teams severely for carrying expensive veterans at the end of the bench. This is exactly where second-round draft pick Dillon Mitchell factors into the equation. The front office is weighing a very specific strategy regarding his future contract. There is a very realistic world where Boston signs Mitchell to a standard roster spot. Giving him a contract worth $1.3 million keeps the team just barely below the tax threshold. Securing Mitchell on a cheap standard deal would be a masterstroke of roster management. It gives the coaching staff a developmental athletic wing while maintaining crucial financial flexibility. If you want to stay updated on all these complex roster moves, please take a second to like the video and subscribe to the channel right now. Your support helps us bring you daily tactical breakdowns. Whether Mitchell gets the standard deal or takes one of the two-way slots does not change the reality for Tonje. The St. John's product has earned his place within this prestigious organization. He brings a level of maturity and shooting gravity that fits perfectly into the current system. When defenses collapse on superstar wings, you need guys who can hit open corner threes without hesitation. Tonje plays with a quiet confidence that resonates with the coaching staff. He understands his role and executes the tactical game plan with complete precision. Letting him leave the building would be a massive mistake. Rival scouts have certainly taken notice of his elite efficiency and defensive effort this entire week. Boston needs to secure his signature quickly before another franchise sweeps in with a better offer. Finding reliable two-way wings is the hardest thing to do in modern professional basketball. Tonje is not the only guard making a strong case to stick around the facility. Milos Uzan has put together a very compelling sample size of his elite playmaking skills. The former Houston standout has consistently made the team better every single time he stepped onto the hardwood. His pure point guard instincts are a rare commodity in these chaotic summer games. He understands how to properly initiate sets and get his teammates involved. He reads defensive coverages quickly and delivers passes right into the shooting pockets of his wings. When you look deeply at the Boston bench, there is not exactly a surplus of natural ball handlers. The team relies heavily on their starting stars to generate offense during the season. Retaining Uzan makes total logical sense for the developmental pipeline. Giving him time to grow in the system could eventually yield a highly capable rotation player. Uzan uses a change of pace rather than pure speed to beat his defenders. He lulls the defense to sleep before exploding toward the painted area. Once he gets into the teeth of the defense, his processing speed is truly elite. He always knows exactly where his perimeter shooters are located on the floor. You need steady hands to run the second unit during the grueling regular season. Uzan has proven he can handle defensive pressure without turning the ball over. We also have to talk about the absolute athletic spectacle that took place on Saturday. Center Nick Pringle was finally allowed to roam free after spending most of the week glued to the bench. The Arkansas product wasted absolutely no time captivating the fans in attendance. He unleashed his otherworldly athleticism and created a highlight that went viral almost instantly. Late in the first quarter, teammate Caleb Grill launched a three-point attempt. Pringle tracked the flight of the ball and crashed the offensive glass with terrifying speed. He skied high through the crowded lane and reached far to his left side. He snatched the rebound out of the air and threw down a thunderous putback slam that shook the entire arena. Anyone who watched the team practice in Las Vegas last week was not entirely surprised by this explosion. Pringle was regularly putting on an absolute dunk contest behind closed doors. Some of the athletic feats he was pulling off after practice were genuinely insane to witness. He possesses a vertical leap that very few humans on Earth can replicate safely. It remains unclear if Pringle will actually remain with the organization moving forward. The center position is already quite crowded at the very top of the depth chart. However, it would be incredibly fun to see him earn a spot with the affiliate team up in Maine. He needs consistent minutes to refine his raw physical tools into actual basketball skills. Developing his defensive awareness and pick-and-roll positioning should be the primary focus. If he learns how to properly anchor a defense, his future ceiling is astronomical. Anytime he steps onto the court, there is a very real chance he will do something jaw-dropping. That type of raw vertical spacing forces opposing big men to stay extremely close to the rim. The front office loves taking calculated risks on elite athletes. Throwing him into the developmental system is exactly how you uncover hidden rotational gems for the future. The Las Vegas trip was a massive success for the scouting department. They gathered invaluable data on several young prospects who could shape the future of the franchise for years to come. The stars of the roster naturally sat out the finale to avoid unnecessary injury risks. Hugo Gonzalez and Chris Senac Jr. proved exactly what they needed to prove earlier in the week. Their absence opened the door for guys like Tonje and Uzan to showcase their specific talents. They capitalized on that exact opportunity and made the upcoming roster decisions incredibly difficult. The coaching staff now heads back to the facility to review the film and finalize their choices. The internal competition for those last few lockers will be fierce heading into training camp. The new collective bargaining agreement makes these hidden discoveries absolutely essential. You can no longer build a complete team using only expensive free agents from the open market. You have to find cheap talent that can execute your system flawlessly under pressure. Tonje looks like the perfect candidate to fill that exact void for the upcoming regular season. His shooting splits are simply impossible for any front office to ignore. Boston has a rich history of developing overlooked prospects into critical playoff contributors down the stretch. We will be watching the transaction wire very closely over the next few weeks. The foundation for another deep postseason run is being built right now in these quiet moments of the offseason.